Hello and welcome to Hank Games Without Hank, where the Swoodilypoopers are in the midst of their second-to-last game of the season, unless we qualify for the playoffs, in which case we will have at least two more games, a home and away thing, and then another game to find out, if we win that one, to find out who will go to the Barclays Premier League. What do we have to do to make it to the playoffs? It's pretty simple. We have to not lose this game. If we don't lose this game, it's highly probable that we will go to the playoffs. And then if we don't lose either of our last two games, then it's definite. Or if we win this game. We could also just win this game, and then our last game would be a joyful romp in the clouds with nothing at stake. Oh, God. Oh, what a tackle. What a fantastic tackle. I mean, that's just old-school Swindon Town defense. The necessary slide tackle, that rarest and most beautiful of Swindon plays. Oh, well, I'm still a little... So the crazy thing, though, is that it looks like I'm going to get sacked, at least according to the little computer. You know, like the computer sends you notes about how you're doing. I'm not doing well, according to the computer. And it looks like I'm going to get sacked unless I win the playoffs. So it's not just that we have to go to the playoffs, which is where... So for those of you who don't know, at the end of the season, this is not true in the Premier League, but it's true in all the leagues below the Premier League, or I think it is anyway. The top two teams get to go up to the next level of English soccer. So if you're in League 2, you get to go up to League 1. If you're in League 1, you get to go up to the Championship. If you're in the Championship, you get to go up to the Premier League. The third, fourth, fifth, and sixth place teams go into a playoff where third faces sixth, fourth faces fifth, etc. Well, not etc. Actually, that's the extent of it. And they play a home and away leg, and it's the aggregate score of those two games. So if you win the first one 5-0, oh no, anything but this! Everything worked out better than expected. If you win the first game 5-0 and you lose the second game 3-0, you go through to the final 5-3 on aggregate. So it's the aggregate, yeah, so there's a home and away thing, and then there is the final, which is played on a neutral ground, usually Wembley Stadium, where you find out who gets to go to the Premier League. So hopefully that will be us. Oh, that was almost a beautiful bicycle kick. But if it isn't us for some reason, if for some reason we aren't able to win those games, and to be fair, we haven't won a lot of games this season, then the owners of the club have made it clear to me that I will be fired. And would that be the ultimate humiliation of my life? It would. I mean, maybe not the ultimate humiliation of my life. There's been a bunch of fairly humiliating things over the years. There's the time my pants fell off in the swimming pool when I was in 4th grade, and it's that like 2-year period where everyone else had hit puberty and I hadn't, and go to the locker room or the urinals, and I'd just be like, oh God, this is a disaster. So, not the most humiliating thing, but, you know, top 20. That's not a good sign. Oh, no! Disaster! Everything is wrong, Siri. Oh, no. What is wrong? What is wrong? Everything is broken. No. God help us all. We have to not lose this game. Not losing. It's the new winning in Swindon. So that wasn't good. Just for those of you who don't keep track of what's going on. I've got to get promoted to keep my job. That's what it comes down to. And that's difficult for me to imagine because I feel that I've given... Oh, go. No! Since when is other John Green not fast enough to take on the Blackpool defense? I mean, seriously. This is just... I mean, what has become of Swindon? You know? I think we can trace it all back to Bald John Green leaving due to my obsession, my obsessive need to bring back more old Swoodilypoopers and to try to have the feeling that I used to have. And Bald John Green, things like, oh, you can't feel what you used to feel. Of course you could, like, isn't that what life is all about, is trying to recreate beautiful feelings from your past? Are we not being born back ceaselessly into the past like boats? I don't know. I don't even know anymore. Meanwhile, Bald John Green going on at AFC Wimbledon and this crazy AFC Wimbledon antics, playing for $1,200 a week when I can offer him 10 times that, abandoning his Barcelona contract. He's such an eccentric genius, Bald John Green. He's a fascinating character. Yeah, and I do think that other John Green has never been the same since Bald John Green left. I think that certainly I don't want to take anything away from him. He's overwhelmingly been our best player, and I appreciate his many contributions to Swindon. I appreciate that he got in a TARDIS and, you know, went into a different time and space in order to become the best, in order to give Swindon the best chance that they could have to succeed when Paolo Di Canio left as their manager. I appreciate all of these things. But you've got to say that other John Green has not had the year that we had all hoped for. We all thought, well, you know, when Bald John Green leaves, Leroy Williamson and other John Green will become the great strike partner of a generation. But in fact, I think it's fair to say that they've struggled. We've only scored, between the two of them, they've scored 39 goals this season. Now, admittedly, that is more than any other strike partnership, but we rely on our strikers way, way more than the average team because, you know, the rest of our players suck. It could be, but it isn't. But it could be! And it is! Oh, just when I was talking smack about him. He's big, he's tough, he has a brilliant puff. Other John Green, other John Green. You see how he recovered there, Meredith? He is, unlike his manager, he is able to experience disappointment and respond with something other than despondency. And then a little bit of nice defense from Silva. There we go. There we go. There, up the line. Wide, up. No, don't dribble out of bounds. Look at big, strong Green Eggs and Foderingham with his 14 clean sheets this season. All right. Why are we focusing on this lad? He's nice, don't get me wrong, but I want to go back to playing. Oh, we're doing exactly what I wanted to do. Not losing. Come on. Let's continue to not lose. No, that wasn't a good tackle. That wasn't a good tackle. That wasn't a good tackle! But Green Eggs and Foderingham had it. Green Eggs and Foderingham again! And then when everyone's screaming, John used the X button, I calmly pass to the left. Get nice job. And then Leroy Williamson with some holding play. And then up to a judge. This is great stuff. This is Swindon football. Cut back. Find the midfielder. Find the striker. Shoot! Oh, I was fouled. Oh, Leroy Williamson. Oh. Hope. And then disappointment. It's the experience of watching football. It's the joy and the horror of playing football. Get in there. Come on. I mean, look at that. I got to say, Caddis, who has not had much of a season. Oh, I was saying nice things about him, so he decided to pass to the other team. So he heard that I was complimenting him. He's had a rough season. We've had some injuries and some suspensions here at the end of the year. Yeah, take your time, boys, because 1-1 is not a bad score for us. Just take your time. There you go. Leroy Williamson, Leroy Williamson, Leroy Williamson, Leroy Williamson, Leroy Williamson, Leroy Williams. Oh! That was almost beautiful. That was almost one of the most magical goals in Swindon history. But no. No. Have you ever noticed that when, like, it would be a really great goal narratively, it never happens? That, like, the gameplay is always upsetting what would be the best possible narrative outcome for the whole Swoodilypooper thing? That's one of my great frustrations, is that I can never make the story that I want to make because I'm always losing when I want to win for the sake of the story. That's why I'm worried that I'm not going to get promoted and I'm going to get fired. And I don't, I mean, you know how, like, sometimes people have, like, plans, like exit strategies, like, oh, I know I might get fired from my job, and if I do get fired, I'm going to do X and Y. I have no exit strategy. I've got no exit strategy whatsoever. I am, you know, what am I going to do with my life? Who am I if I'm not the manager of the Swindon Town Swoodilypoopers? You know? Who is Gatsby if he's not a man who loves Daisy Buchanan? Who is any of us without, you know, our obsessive desires to restore the world to its former unbroken glory. Leroy Williamson! Leroy! Oh, see how perfect that would have been without its desires to restore the world to its former glory. Goal from Leroy Williamson in the 90th minute. It would have been beautiful. But instead, it's a 1-1 draw. What is the point of going on? Best wishes.